Hey, what's up, guys? We've got the Disciples here, and we've got Marcus Patel. Tell him what you did this weekend.
I finished 30th after Swiss and finished top 64. 200th YCS Utrecht.
Okay, let's see the profile.
I played free rave as you need it to see extra deck cards, and you can't really win without your Kagaris, your Shizukus and Hayates. I played an interesting choice of 2 Diablos. The reason why I play this is that I think this deck is slow, and when it comes to big events like YCSs, the games are very grindy and you can go into time, and this card enables you to deal huge amounts of damage early on in the game. It just speeds up the game. Also, this card, being able to take a card out of your opponent's hand continuously is also good, because if you still have a Sky Striker monster, you can crash into theirs, bring back Ray, tribute again, Diablos, and take another card later on in the game. One scenario where it did come up was around Floodgate decks. I mean, so top from tagging down to Kagaris and Shizukus. They might have Imperial Order, and cards like Diablos just help you stall in those type of games and help you survive, as it's a 3k monster and it can't be targeted. The only hand traps I mained were 3 Ash. I didn't like hand traps in this format because I thought this format was very slow. There was no urgency to be able to activate cards in your opponent's turn. Ash is just the best hand trap as it has 3 different effects, and it's just very versatile to use and very clutch in most scenarios. I didn't think the other ones were worth maining, as I predicted many mirrors and trap based decks. 3 engage is standard. I think 3 Widow Anchor is standard. I decided to max out on Area Zeros. Played 3 Area Zeros and 2 Terraforming. This is because with Hornet Drones going to 1, the consistency in making Kagari decreases, and if you're unable to make any Sky Striker Link monster, you will lose the game, because this lets you see your whole engine. Kagari, Hayate. Kagari adds back from grave, Hayate is able to send any card, and Shizuku searching from your deck. Also, maxing out on these, as well as the destroy effect to see the top 3, you also play many cards to destroy it if you miss with the top 3, and that's another way to summon Ray. I played 2 Multi-Roll. This card is very good in the mirror match. I considered playing 3 of this card. I was unsure, as it does make bad hands worse. I don't think you can play less than 2, as if 1 dies, you still need to access another one in your deck. 1 Hornet Drones as it's limited. I play Hercules base, as the games right now, especially the mirror matches, which I anticipated I played loads of during the event, are very grindy. You go through loads of your Sky Striker cards, and you can easily go through 3 Kagari, so you need this card to recycle them back into your extra deck to keep going through your plays. Afterburner, I think this card is needed right now, especially in this format. As there was loads of Draco and Olgeist, this card lets you out. This card is one of the few cards that lets you out Floodgates, as it can destroy a face-up spell and trap card, as well as destroying the monster, compared to the other cards in this deck, and it's searchable. Shark Cannon. I feel like the way you use this right now has changed. Before, last format, you would use this to banish a Link 2 or higher monster, but this isn't the case, as there's less decks being able to make high Link monsters. So right now you use this mainly to banish Ray when you're when trying to attack other Sky Striker monsters. Jamming Waves. I played this card because I did expect loads of Floodgate decks, and this card is just an easy target 1 set pop. Also, it isn't bad in the mirror match, as you can hit setback or stuff like Widow Anchors. Ego Booster. This is one of the best cards in the deck. I feel I should have maybe played 2 or 3, just because they were in the mirror match. This card is really good. It stops your monster being able to be Widow Anchored. It stops your Sky Striker monster being able to be destroyed by battle. So for next turn, it's still alive on the board, and you don't need to have a Ray in your hand or a Hornet Drones in your hand to summon a Kagari to continue your plays for next turn. Also, against decks that do try to OTK you, it stops your monster being destroyed by battle and is unaffected, so you'll survive for the next turn. And OTK decks usually waste majority of their resources building a board trying to OTK you on their turn. And when it comes to your turn, you're able to access your resources and pretty much kill them off value-wise. I played 3 Shared Ride. I feel like this card is like I'll compare this card to Max C, whereas in a Sky Striker mirror match, it replaces itself when your opponent activates a card to draw. It also limits your opponent's plays, as well as being a chainable card if they do try to MST or Twin Twist your Black Robe Blind. I played 3 Twin Twister. This was one of the best cards in the deck. If I could play more, I would. It works well with Diablos, as discarding it is not really a cost. You don't really neg 1 in value. Against Floodgate decks, this is also strong. I didn't want to lose to cards like Rivalry and Golden, which stopped me from playing. That's why I also played 2 MSTs. But Twin Twister was just better, as you're able to hit more cards. It is also hard to play through multiple Widow Anchors, Mind Crush, and back row like that. Opponents would also set their Twin Twisters and MSTs, and if they were to hit you in your end phase for your Widow Anchors, you would lose control of the match and momentum. 1 rotor just because you need to see Ray or to make a form of a monster to make a Kagari turn 1, a way to make a link. 1 upstart for the spell count in the grave. Also played 3 Mind Crush. Mind Crush was alright. I don't know if I'll continue to play it just because of in the mirror match, majority of people were also maining Twin Twister, and this was problematic, as if you were to Mind Crush and call the card they called, they can Twin Twister you and destroy your back row. It was good as in I chose to go first, so this card made my going first better, as I was able to hit other cards. But I don't know if I were to continue maining it. The best times this would come up is when in the mirror match, the Sky Striker player would add back Engage from their graveyard, and then go Shizuku, add Engage from the deck, and this card will help you balance out the game. Otherwise, if they have 2 Engage in hand, it's very hard to come back. For the extra deck, this is pretty standard: 3 Kagari, 3 Shizuku. I decided to play 3 Hayate now, as with 1 Hornet Drones, it is hard to make link it's hard to make link monsters that are not Sky Strikers. With 3 Hayate, I could be reckless with my link summoning. I never really counted how many Hayates I've used, because I've never really counted how many Hayates I used. It comes up if you get cherries, you can tag through. You can go Shizuku into Hayate if they did cherries the Kagari, and then back into Shizuku. Stuff like Area 0 target Ray, special summon Hayate, Mill, you can go through that a lot of times. But yeah, I definitely think it's correct to play 3 Hayate, as it's very hard to access any other link monsters in the extra deck. I played Brotherhood. This card is one of the few cards that lets you OTK in this deck. I played Topologic Bomb Drain. This card is very good against decks like Goki and Crusadia. It can let you blow up the field. Also, it works well with Hercules base, where you can attack multiple monsters and deal 3k damage. One card I really liked on the weekend was Clara. Was that I was scared of old guys playing Secret Village, as this can be an auto loss. So making this card will let you activate cards like MST and Twin Twister, and even though they will let you activate cards like MST and Twin Twister, and they have still on field, but these will still go through. I played Trispania because this deck is able to deal loads of damage with Hayate and Diablos, as these 2 into a clear board is 6k, and if you did Hayate the turn before directly, that would be 1/5, and then this is usually the 500 just to deal that extra damage per game. And the 2 links I made Phoenix, but only once throughout the weekend, just because it was a generic link too. I played Unicorn. I never made it, but it was there as it's a generic link 3 with a good effect. The side deck, I decided to side hand traps, as I didn't main them, for decks that were explosive. 3 Ogre, 3 Draw, 3 Impermanence. Ogres were good all round. I sided them for the mirror every now and then for multi-roll, as multi-roll sets can be game ending if they've resolved many spells. Hitting a Ogre hitting a multi-roll with many counters, if your opponent has committed, can swing the game back into your favor. Droll was good against decks like Trickstars and Mech Knight Invoked, which this deck can struggle against as its OTK potential. Same with Impermanence, as well as these cards being good against decks like Goki, which can U-Link. I played 2 Call by the Grave because I was scared of I was still scared of Trickstars, because getting Droll Reincarnation can be game ending. And the cards I played for Floodgates were 3 Typhoon and MST. I just wanted as many cards as possible to destroy goals and match rivalry, as they can easily auto lose you the game. Hit MST or Typhooning any Floodgates means you probably should beat them. The rest of your cards are better than their cards. If they're cards that stop you from playing. Typhoon was really good in theory because against Altgeist you can hit Secret Village or you can hit Personal Spoofing, and in that scenario it's a plus. There was also a lot of True Draco in the event, where this can also hit Floodgates, as well as you can activate on your turn to hit a Diagram or a Heritage on their turn. Also, I did resolve this card against Paleo for an Imperial Order. That's the deck profile.
So, would there be any changes that you'd be making to the main extra side?
The cards I did think about from seeing from other players was Foolish Burial Goods and Metalfoil Fusion. Metalfoil Fusion works with Twin Twister, it works with Multi-Roll, it works with Area Zero, where shuffling back into your deck, and Foolish Burial Goods as well to increase consistency and just generally to increase consistency. Also, I did think about Galaxy Cyclone for the MSTs, as it would do a similar thing, because I rarely would set MST as I didn't want it to be destroyed by cards like Jamming Waves or by their Twin Twisters, and I usually held it for their back row. Yeah, those were the two cards I thought about adding in.
And you're happy with the extra inside deck?
Extra deck I was happy with, side deck yeah, both I was very happy with.
Okay. And do you have any final words or shout-outs?
Yeah, shout-outs to my team Disciples. Yeah, you're going to see more things from us in the future. I would say shout-outs to the Loisy family and Mike from the Brotherhood. He's helped me a lot throughout this game, and if it weren't for him, I still wouldn't be playing this game. Cool.
Yeah. Any final words?
No, that's it.
Congratulations on your top 64 at YCS Utrecht, the 200th YCS.
Thanks.
And we'll see you at YCS London. Congratulations, man.